So can you become a millionaire through dropshipping? And if so, how? What's poppin', people? It's your boy the Beast of Ecom, back with a very, very important video today, but still, nevertheless, dropping nothing but you already know, value bombs. So this is probably one of the most valuable and important videos that I've ever put out, because a lot of people on YouTube are not actually talking about this subject, but I think it's important to talk about it in this video. What I'm going to be discussing is, can you actually become a millionaire and super rich through dropshipping and using dropshipping as the vehicle? And if so, what are the strategies that you can use in order to be able to do so? But before I reveal all of that, I am doing a giveaway on this video, so if you want to be in with a chance to jump on a 15-minute consulting call with myself to talk about anything from e-commerce to Facebook ads to dropshipping, then all you've got to do to enter is drop a like on this video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell on, and also comment down below Beast of Ecom dropshipping. It is as simple as that, and what I will be doing is revealing the winner live on my next video that I put out. So can you actually become a millionaire and super rich through dropshipping? Now, the term rich means different things to everybody, I understand that. For me, what rich means is like to the point where you don't have to worry or think about money whatsoever. You know, I'm talking about a net worth of 10 mil upwards, you know, Grant Cardone type, private jets, Cullinan type rich. That's the type of rich that I'm talking about in this video. Now, a quick disclaimer is, if you make money legitly, then you are entitled to spend money however you want it, okay? If you want to buy things, if you want to get a Lambo on finance or do whatever you want to do, then feel free to do that. But if you want to be super rich and you know, create generational wealth to the point where you don't have to worry about money, then I suggest you watch all of this video, because I'm going to teach you first and foremost how to become financially literate and what to do with money when you acquire it, and then I'm going to share about some of the strategies that I'm personally using you know, to help my money make more money. Now, a lot of people are good at making money, okay? Like myself, I don't want to sound big-headed, but I'm really good at making money online. I'm really good with e-commerce, and also I'm really good at teaching people how to make money online. And a lot of you watching this video are really good at making money online. My students are really good at making money, but the rich and the super rich people are really good at keeping that money in terms of exploiting you know, legal tax loopholes or whatever it may be, and then having that money make more money for them by making very wise investment decisions. Now, in order to do that, you have to learn about the topic financial literacy, and I'm going to break it down what financial literacy actually means so that you can understand that. So the definition of financial literacy is pretty much the ability to use knowledge and skills to manage financial resources effectively for a lifetime for financial well-being. Being able to be wise enough and conscious enough to understand what to do with money when you've actually got it, to help it make more money for you. Now, the bad news about financial literacy is, if you are not born into a rich family, you will not understand this, and you wouldn't have never been taught this in your life. And me personally, I am not from a rich family. What I would consider a working class family. My parents didn't have any sort of, they're not degree educated, they didn't go to college. So I'm very much from a working class family. So I had to learn and become financial literate to understand what to do with my money if I wanted to grow and become super rich. Now, there's a massive misconception with the make money online community, whereby if you are not stunting, you are not flexing, you are not balling the hell out, then you are not making money, or you must not be making money. But it's those people who believe in that ideology are those who are completely financially illiterate. They don't understand what to do with money. Now, the super rich people, they ball out and do all those kind of things once their asset column is you know, to a point whereby they don't have to think about money ever again. And I'm going to break that down in a little bit further, just so you can understand what the hell I'm talking about. So if you want to become a millionaire and become super rich through dropshipping and using dropshipping as the vehicle, then you have to understand this very simple concept, okay? You have to know the difference between an asset and a liability. Okay, now this concept was explained in the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and I'm going to recommend to you guys the books that you need to have. But basically, an asset is something which puts money into your pocket. So if you buy a house and you rent it out, okay, then you're going to get a check every single month. And if you buy shares or you've got dividends, bonds, those kind of things, they put money into your bank account. Whereas a liability takes money out of your bank account. So for example, if you get a car on finance, you're paying it every single month, and you're paying insurance, you've got your bills, those kind of things. They are liabilities. So if we look at this diagram on why the rich get richer, okay, what happens is 99% of people have a job, okay, they then get a salary, and what happens is they just have loads of liabilities. And also it can be argued that the house that you live in, if you've got a mortgage on it and you're paying the mortgage, that can also be a liability as well, okay, because it comes out as an expense. Again, your taxes, school payments, credit card payments, school loans, those kind of things, and that's what the middle class do, you know, that's what most people just do. However, if we look on this side on how the rich actually utilize their money, what happens is they get their money, okay, and what they do is they then invest that into assets. They buy real estate and they rent out that real estate, and then that real estate brings them in income every single month. They have stocks, they have shares, they have bonds, and what happens is these assets here pay them every single month into that income column. And then what they then just do is just recycle that money back into the assets while trying to minimize as many liabilities as they can. And they just repeat this circle again and again and again. And that's how the rich fundamentally get richer and richer over time. Now, another important thing is to understand where you are on this cash flow quadrant, okay? And most people, 99% of people, are in the employee section. Now, I was in the employee section. I worked for a number of years, and basically all you're doing is just trading your time for money. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid. It's as simple as that, okay? The bottom and the S is self-employed. So basically you own a job. And the example that I like to give for this is, let's say for example, you are a tradesman and you are a plumber, you're an electrician, you know, you're a tiler, whatever it may be. And basically you are self-employed, so you don't work for no one, right? But again, you're still trading your time for money, because if you don't go out and do jobs, right, then you don't get paid. It's as simple as that. If you stop working or get an injury, you don't get paid. It's as simple as that. Now, on the right hand side, what we've got is, this is where a lot of rich people sit. And basically, if you own a business, now depending on where you are with your dropshipping store, if you can outsource a lot of things, right? And if you can basically replace yourself, then you have other people working for you, which still brings you money. So ask yourself this question: if you was to stop doing what you're doing in your business right now, okay, would you still be making money, or the same money that you're making now in 6 months time? Okay, think of it that way. And then in the bottom corner, we've got obviously an investor, and an investor is basically where you have money and you make that money make more money. So you're not trading any sort of time or active work to make more money. Also, if you are enjoying this video and learning lots, please do drop a like on this video. It does help the channel. And of course, if you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you stay up to date with all of my latest content. So before I actually reveal 2 strategies that I'm personally utilizing to use dropshipping as a vehicle to hopefully become, you know, extremely rich, I want to recommend those books that you should 100% read on the topic of financial literacy. So the first one is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Go and read that book, okay? It will give you all of the basics. Another one is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And the third one is, I can't remember who it's by, but The Richest Man in Babylon. Go and read those 3 books, okay? And they will change your life. So the 2 strategies that you can use to become extremely rich, and again, like I mentioned, I'm personally doing both of these, is building a brand, a long-term brand that you can exit from, okay, for multiple millions, or you can acquire assets. Now, e-commerce and dropshipping profits generally range from about 15% up to 25%, depending on how much volume you're doing on your store. But nevertheless, you can still make great money dropshipping. It's what do you actually do when you've got that money. So the first strategy is learn dropshipping, okay? Learn dropshipping, and what happens is when you learn dropshipping is you learn how to do Facebook ads, right? You learn how to build a converting store. You learn how to do logo creation. You learn how to do Facebook adverts, email marketing, outsourcing, hiring VAs. You learn all of these skills that you can then transition into building a long-term brand. So you can take the profits from your dropshipping store and move that into, you know, looking into private labeling or white labeling, you know, different packaging, you know, actually building a brand, a story, and those kind of things, which you can exit for multiple millions. So here are some examples of brands, and they're all actually Shopify stores, I believe, who have sold for multiple millions. Pura Vida, They sold for 75 million to Vera Bradley. Movement Watches, I know you guys have heard of Movement Watches. They sold for $100 million to Movado Group. And Native, Native is a organic deodorant company run by an extremely intelligent CEO called Moise Ali, and they sold for 100 million to Procter & Gamble. And I think at the time of sale they only had about 8 employees, and the company was only around 3 years old. So like I've mentioned, the main goal is to build a brand, right? And then you exit it, and then you're left with multiple millions, and that's when you become super rich. And that's just one strategy that you can use. Now the second thing you can do is acquire assets. Now one asset that I absolutely love and learning more about is real estate and property, because you get paid twice. And what I mean by that is if you buy the right property, it appreciates in price. So here in the UK, housing prices, they're generally double around every 10 years. And also you get that rental income profit, obviously minusing mortgage costs and those kind of things, but every single month, right? So it appreciates and you still get a monthly income. Another great thing about property and real estate is that it's so hands off. It's unreal. Like as soon as you've bought it, renovated it, whatever it may be, and then you then have it rented out, pretty much you get a check every single month. It's as simple as that, and it's very hands off, which is great because, you know, if you pass away, for example, you can pass it down to, you know, kids, family, or whatever it may be, and they don't need to have an interest in the business. They don't have to know how things work to get those monthly checks. Now I am not a property expert, and I wasn't an e-commerce expert at one point, but I came across it, studied it, learned it, mastered it, and got results. Again, with YouTube, I didn't know anything about YouTube whatsoever, but I learned about it, mastered it, studied it, got results, and built this channel. And property, again, will be the same thing. I'm learning about it, I will master it, and I will get results. And that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do, is learn about something, master it, and get results. Another good thing you can do with your e-commerce profits is buying shares. And if you just look at the Shopify share, for example, the Shopify price, we all use Shopify. And if you're watching the video, you probably use Shopify. And if you would have got in and bought in like 5 years ago, or even last year, if you would have bought in early 2018, the price has just gone like this. And it's something that you should all be being aware of, you know, when you're making money, and just filling up that assets column as much as you possibly can. So if we go back to this diagram here, I've put in here, you know, your dropshipping profits, whatever you kind of make, you know, that's gonna obviously be your income. Invest in these assets, you know, buy stocks, buy shares, buy real estate, rent it out, and then what happens is you're then just gonna make monthly income. And this monthly income, then what happens is pays for any sort of luxuries that you wanna buy. So, you know, then you can just go out and buy, you know, a Lambo on finance or whatever it may be, but your assets are paying for it. It's not coming out your cash flow at any point. And dropshipping business is very much just a cash flow business, okay? Cash flow businesses are great, but they're not the greatest thing if you want long-term wealth. So it is possible to become super rich and super wealthy and a multimillionaire through dropshipping. Is it easy? No, it isn't. But in order to do so, you have to learn about the topic of financial literacy, because without it, okay, you're just gonna keep on continuing to run a cash flow business. You're gonna do the whole and buy into the whole, stunting, flexing, balling, and, you know, come 10 years down the line, the person who is financial literate will be, you know, 10 years ahead of you, trust me. So hopefully you got some value from this video and you have learned some things, because a lot of people, like I mentioned, are not talking about this in the industry or on YouTube whatsoever. So I would like to know your views as well, so make sure you do comment down below. Remember, if you do want to be in with a chance to jump on that 15-minute consulting call with myself, then all you got to do is drop a like on this video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on, and then make sure you comment down below Beast of Ecom Dropshipping, and I'm going to pick someone live on the next video to jump on that call with me. Hit me up on Instagram, drop me a like, drop me a DM, drop me a comment, and we can try and connect on there. If you are not a part of the free Facebook mastermind group, then the link for that will be down below as well. And if you want to learn more from me personally about e-commerce, then make sure you check out my course, Ecom Beast 2.0. So that is it for this video. Take care, and I'll see you later.